All right, everybody. It's a beautiful afternoon here. You guys know the deal, waiting for all the feeds to fire up here. They're slowly coming online. I can see people amassing over in LinkedIn already, Instagram already. We give you guys a preview of all these fall events coming your way. So hold tight, couple seconds here. We'll get rocking and rolling. Technology is catching up to us here. All right, couple seconds. We're also going to be giving away some free registration to these events too. So you're going to want to hang tight for that as well too. I'll have a link for you. Should be pretty cool, but we're going to talk about all these fun events happening this fall here. So hopefully I'm catching all you guys on your lunch breaks here. The feed is taking extra long today to fire up. Hello to everybody on Instagram. Appreciate you guys. All right. Come on, technology. Okay, we are live. Hey everybody, I'm Nick Slavic. I'm the proprietor of the Nick Slavic Painting and Restoration Company. I'm also the host of this show, Ask a Painter Live. This is a weekly live show where we talk about the life of a master craftsperson and a paint business entrepreneur over the course of many years. We're into about year 9 here. There's 480 some episodes, one of the greatest free archives of just about anything you can look for in our industry. Coatings, application, equipment, entrepreneurship, and all that other stuff in between. So today, special show. Starting next week, I am about to go down probably the craziest travel schedule professionally and personally that I've ever had this fall. A lot of it has to do with my last year of being the chairman of the board of directors of the PCA. The PCA is a 140-year-old nonprofit that serves this industry to build better contractors. Also, we've created all these amazing events for us to get together, to niche down, meet other people like us, and then be better humans and be better business owners as well too. So I am going to give away, I have the chairman's pass. I am going to be giving away some free registration for these events so you can be there with me and learn from all these other people. I do not miss these events. These are life-giving. These are the things that breathe energy into what we do. And sometimes we can sit here in our beloved offices, our war rooms, our Slavic shops, and we can kind of get insular. We can get solo. And sometimes we can lose that motivation, that perspective, that energy. These events will bring it back to you. So in the notes for this show, you will find links for a whole bunch of stuff. I have links to all the events. I have dates. I have locations. We're going to go through that stuff later. At the top, I also have a link to a form for the chairman's pass. Get your name in there. We are going to pick someone very, very quickly, probably even today, depending on where you're all seeing this. So you're going to want to register for that stuff. If you don't know you're going to go, get your name in there anyway. This could make all the difference. This is worth a ton of money, folks, and it'll get you in to where all the cool kids are, to the best education of the industry, some of the best conversations, and some of the best events. We have all our big vendors pulling out the stops for meals, for happy hours, for activities, things like that, and it's going to be a blast. So I'm going to tell you what I'm going to be up to as the board chair of the PCA this coming fall. Number one, the first event on my schedule takes place during a week where there are actually 2 PCA events. PCA and Espanol is an event that we started a couple of years ago in response to a piece of data that I found a while ago, which was more than 60% of the entire industry is Spanish speaking, right? And when I looked around the PCA, when the rest of the board members looked around the PCA, we looked at our events, we looked at our education. we were not representing the majority of our industry. So we went back and doubled down and we did everything. Painters training got completely redone with native Spanish speakers. So now we have the best paint training in the industry. And it's all native Spanish speakers, native Spanish master craftspeople. Business training as well too has resources. The PCA website now has all duplicated resources, Spanish speaking, English, and we created this event for people that speak Spanish to all get together and speak Spanish using their native tongue. They're going to go through education, coding science, and all this other stuff. You can be around people who share a similar background to yours. And it's a place where, sometimes when you go to these events and people don't look like you, they don't talk like you and things like that, it's just not as inviting as these things. And we have brought all of our Spanish speakers into the fold. We've created a special place where there can be Spanish language education for them. And that is here, folks. So this is going to be in San Antonio. And if you go to the PCA's website, what you'll find here is everything for this event is in Spanish. They got a countdown to the event. They got the agenda, which is really cool. So you can see exactly what's going to happen every single day, all the education, who the speakers are, what the topics are, and it's super robust. We are basically an education nonprofit for this industry. We take donor dollars, we take membership money, and we leverage it in ways that no private company can or no private individual can. We can do things for the good of the individual that never would have existed outside of this support that we get from you guys. So a lot of your registration money for this, your dues to the PCA, this is in support of this cause to help better the industry. And especially when we find special causes like our Spanish speakers, which are very underrepresented in our industry. But you can see the entire event schedule right here, which is super cool. And you can see all of our big donors, Benjamin Moore, Pittsburgh Paint, Sherwin-Williams, all these other people here pulling out the stops and really leaning in to give you guys a good time here. So it's going to be absolutely awesome. Full agenda up there. If you got any questions about any of this stuff, you can obviously contact the PCA. You can contact me. We're all over this. In fact, we have Juan Vasquez, a board member, one of the best paint companies in the U.S., who also happens to be a Spanish speaker, but he's kind of our driver of a lot of these events here. He's our insight into what the Spanish-speaking community needs, and he has a big hand in this stuff too. So we have a board member here to help you out. I'm here to help you out, and our entire ops staff is here to help you as well if you got any questions for this. But otherwise, this is coming up, folks, 22 September. And what's really cool is that there's going to be a residential conference right on the back of this. So we're starting off the week of the 22nd in September with PCA and Espanol. We're going right into residential. So I'm staying in San Antonio the entire week. I actually found an old photo album from when I was a kid. My parents took me to the Riverwalk down in San Antonio, right where we're going to be. This must be 35 years ago now. I found a picture of me on the Riverwalk. I'm going to bring that picture with me. I'm going to see if I can recreate that picture from 35 years ago. So that's going to be a lot of fun. But PCA in Espanol is the first event, literally weeks away, folks. If you want to see if you can get a free registration, definitely follow that link in the form, the chairman's pass that we have there, and let's see what we can do for you. But that is PCA in Espanol. I cannot wait. I've not been to one of these before. I've always had a busy professional travel schedule with the master's classes. I cleared my schedule out. I'm not missing this one this year. I don't speak Spanish. I'm going to sit there and support all my people and do whatever I can to help this industry. And I'm going to be right there with everybody. So that's going to be an absolute blast. So now, on the back of PCA in Espanol is the residential event. This is one of our most popular of the year. It fills up the quickest, actually. So you're going to want to get your registration in for this. Possible chairman's pass as well. Fill out that link. This is right on the backs of PCA in Espanol, San Antonio, Texas, 24th to 26th September. It's going to be beautiful weather down there. The weather starts turning in Minnesota. It's kind of nice to get that warm weather again, but we're literally 18 days away from this. And again, you want to see the schedule. You want to see the agenda. We spend so much time curating this education. It's not just random speakers, random topics. This is like a college education level stuff where we have a through line of what the industry needs. We use data, we use feelings, we use anecdotes, things like that to figure out what we need for this whole conference. We create an educational scope for it, and then we find the best humans in our industry to then speak on it. So you're really going to want to see this one. Again, I will be there in full force, contributing, being part of it, and learning right there with you guys. So again, we have registration the first night. Benjamin Moore is hosting our registration welcome party again. That's always a blast. The next day we kick off with some more registration. We have a keynote, which is awesome. It kind of sets the tone of the entire conference. We spend a lot of time curating these things. Panels, sponsor presentations, scaling to 3 million. Ooh, this is good stuff here. I will be right there. We have vendor meet and greets, expanding the services, which is cool. Smarter marketing, one of the hottest topics this year, which is really awesome. Lean and profitable, strong team, smart systems. Again, this is great. We got Breakthrough Academy there. We got Brandon Pierpont. We got Dan Holman. We got Maggie Kuiper, one of our favorites, crowd favorites there. And then in the last day of it, Mindset of a Leader. That'll be a fun one there. Justin Gordy, sales consult, Harpeth as well. Oh man, lots of good stuff in here. Strategic hiring, future-proofing your business, which is always a good one. Absolutely love that. So again, all kind of tailored toward residential, but I'm going to commercial. I'm going to PCA and Espanol. I'm going to women in paint. And guess what? All these things are universal. It's just niche audiences that get together and do some very special things along the side of the standard sort of education. So the residential conference, I think it's our highest registration yet, fills up quick. If you guys want to contend for a free pass for this, follow that chairman's pass link up there and we'll see what we can do for you. So, all right. After residential, one of the coolest events in the industry, and honestly, one of the best attended, is the Women in Paint. And I'll give you guys a little backdoor access here. There is a Women in Paint Facebook group, and I think I'm the only dude in there. And I think they just kindly just let me in because I was the board chair, and we got these events going and stuff. So I promise not to participate that much in the Facebook group, but it's one of my favorite groups on the internet. I have never witnessed or been a part of such a wholesome, helpful, positive, energetic group of humans. Like, you guys know what some of these painter chat rooms are like in our industry. It can get a little spicy sometimes, right? This is not that. I've never seen a more helpful group of people, and it gives me hope for the rest of the industry that we can take some of that Women in Paint energy and sprinkle it over other little factions of the industry as well too. The helpfulness and the kindness and the gratitude that goes on in that group is absolutely amazing. And it's not unique just to the Facebook group. What you're going to see when you go to Nashville, Tennessee in October, late October for this, you're going to see that same energy there. So once a year, we get a chance to do something really special like this. Again, this thing, Women in Paint, I am in paint, but I'm not a woman. I'm going to go there and I'm going to be in full support of all these awesome entrepreneurs and master crafts people in our industry. And I'm going to be there right with them to learn as well too. So again, if you want agenda, we're 51 days away from this. Agenda and topics right here. We have hands-on cabinet finishing at this one, which was highly, highly requested. It's going to be absolutely awesome. We have wallpaper stuff. We have EOS, which I'm a traction company, an EOS thing. Hiring with intentions, women's health. Let's see, sales, marketing, production. Come on, folks, this is great. What's cool is that the information is world-class, but you get to see it through the lens of a different type of speaker at each of these events. Maybe it's a Spanish speaker, maybe it's a woman, but it attracts a different crowd. It attracts a different type of speaker, and it attracts a different type of energy in the room. So very, very cool. I hope to see all you guys there, Women in Paint. That is in Nashville. I'm going to absolutely love that. Nashville is one of my favorite places with some of the greatest people. Now, we have 4 kind of these, forum events that are very specific, like a niche down event, right? You're going to see a couple hundred people at each one of these events. They're going to be like the couple hundred most interesting people you're going to find in the industry. The commercial event is seriously one of the most unique, most interesting events that the entire industry puts on. You're getting high level operators here. The last time we did this, there was some people from a foreign country, another continent, that flew in on a private plane. Their business was a few $100 million painting business, right? They came in to contribute just like the guy who's a single owner operator trying to get into commercial. We're all banding together. We're all learning from each other. We're all supporting each other. I don't know of another group, another room where you can sit in those types of rooms with high-level operators like this, and they are a free flow of information. They will hand you their personal email address, and they will help whenever you need it. I've gotten some of the best professional help of my life from people I've met at this conference here. And we're going to talk about the high level stuff of commercial painting. commercial painting is becoming a very popular thing that a lot of us residential contractors, we got into commercial in a big way this year. And so are a lot of other people. And you're finding that if you find the right niche, it's not that far of a thing. Like I'm not going from, enameling cabinets, oak cabinets to painting a water tower. That's too far of a jump for what we do. But, let's say we get into a nice factory and all we have to do is corridors everywhere using Promar 200. Like that's not far away from residential repaint. And that's where we can take our SOPs and adapt. This is becoming one of the hottest issues besides marketing in our industry. So again, agenda is all here. Also, I'm just looking at this Sunset Chat, lessons from a $30 million company. That's going to be interesting, folks. I don't care who you are. You're going to learn something from that. The Hotel Del Coronado in San Diego is one of my favorite places on the planet. It is a monstrous Victorian wood seaside villa on the beach, not villa, estate, monstrous estate on the beach where the Navy SEALs train right out in the breaking water in front of this place. It's historic, supposedly haunted. I haven't seen any ghosts. That adds to the lore, but we're talking seaside, we're talking historic, we're talking master craftsmanship. It just underwent a monstrous renovation. I take my family here. I love this place so much. It's one of the finest hotels in the country. Also, I think we're getting to golf Torrey Pines. I'm not a big sports guy, but I hear that is a big thing, and I will not be taking that for granted. I will be participating in that. But if you want to be amongst some of the biggest operators, the most consequential humans doing the most consequential things in our industry, you're not going to want to miss this. And the coolest thing I'll tell you is that there's going to be some very big, very professional, multi-generational, multi-state businesses here. But there is also a huge contingent of single owner operators, small companies, under 500K, under $1 million, that do commercial work or are looking to get into commercial work. And this is the best place to figure it out all together in a place where people will tell you everything. Like they dispel all the mysteries of what is commercial painting, how you get into it, and they can even lay a roadmap for you. So this is going to be a completely awesome thing. We're actually this is such a cool place. We've decided to have one of our 2 in-person board meetings here. So I'm actually flying in early that week, and we're going to do some golfing. We're going to do a formal board meeting, and it's going to be an absolute blast. So I really hope to see you guys at these events here. These are our kind of four main kind of like niche down events, PCA and Espanol, residential, women in paint, and commercial. And then obviously, guys, you're going to want to save up for the Super Bowl here. The Expo is the Super Bowl of our industry. You're going to get 1,000 to 1,500 of the best, brightest, most interesting companies and humans in America, in North America, and in the world. We had people fly in from overseas. I met a dude from Iceland who's kind of the chairman of their PCA over there. We had the greatest time partying up in the chairman's suite. We had people from Australia come in, people from Germany come in, all over the place for this. We're actually having an Australian contingent come in this year as well. Australia was here last year as well, but Australia is coming in again this year, and it's going to be an absolute blast. So we are working on the agenda for this one right now. You guys will see that shortly, but I will tell you this. If you can't go to all of them, like I have the privilege of going to all these things because I want to lean in on a professional capacity. If you can't go to all of them, pick one that'll suit you the best. Put in for that chairman's pass, and let's see if we can get you there. So if you guys have any questions of me, I am here to answer any of this stuff. I've been to every one of these, I think, except PCA and Espanol in the past. Me and my board members, we had a hand in creating all these things. We have a hand in creating all the education, the purpose, the mission of these things. And we hope that you utilize them because it's in the fall. Our busiest season is going to start winding down, and it's going to be that time where you're going to start thinking about 2026. And there's no better place to do that than around these awesome other people here. So I will say this, there is a link to all these events here. There's locations, there's dates, there's the chairman's pass. I'm not sure if scholarships are open or yet. Go to the PCA's website and see if they have the link up. But either way, folks, I hope to see you there. This is going to be an awesome fall. I'm going to be run ragged. I'm going to be going from airport to airport to airport, supporting some of my favorite people, certainly my favorite organization, doing the greatest things in the industry. So you guys have a great weekend, and we will see you later.